Kurve. Und dann werden Sie die Startampel eingeblendet sehen und dann geht der Sport darunter in die erste Kurve. So, die Ampel ist eingeblendet, auch hinten sieht das ganz gut aus und die Rennleitung gibt das Rennen frei und los geht's. Vollgas, der Lamborghini vorne, das schwarze Auto und da gibt's gleich einen heftigen Unfall, der zum Abbruch führen wird. Mit einem mehrmaligen Überschlag, das ist mal richtig in die Hose gegangen und das muss rot geben. Um Gottes Willen, was für ein Unfall.
In his Risi Competizione Ferrari, he stopped by the side of the road and then along came Mimo Gidley, who was unsighted, and whammo.
That was a tremendous impact, just scary to look at, and obviously tore the front end off the Red Dragon machine. Here we see another look at it. He's diving to the inside of that GT machine, obviously unaware that Malicelli was slow.
Pushing in, Pierce, he's up the inside. Oh, he's unloaded Douglas right in front of the field. 2-2. Oh, and Pedersen involved, Marcus Academy avoids somehow. I thought he was going in.
You make your own mind up about what's happening here. So I think the Gemini's drifting out. He hasn't changed his line at all in the green car there. No. And the Kick RS number plated.
Let's try and dissect what's happened here, Scott. Oh, it's gone upside down before it's even got there.
No way, all by himself as well.
Gee, so Smith going backwards hard into the fence.
Rendimiento porque nos llamaba la atención que Rossi...
¡Uy! ¡Piña, piña, piña! ¡Tremenda piña, eh! Tremenda piña de Werner, se lo llevó puesto aquí a Ledesma. Salió cruzado Ledesma, se chocaron, no, al Renault se lo llevó puesto.
Scott Anderson, after they made it through turn number 1, that's what we're most fearful about. Oh, just pushing way too hard.
I tell you what,
turn.
The other guys, Vittorio Girelli especially, was very lucky not to get collected with that. He escaped it by a hair.
Let's take another look at this.
Realizes no one is at home when he hits that brake pedal, Dorsey. Takes evasive action, but he's going straight. He can't really scrub any speed. Cross the gravel trap.
He would have been pumping that brake pedal like mad. That's what he was doing, trying to shake some speed off of the car. Look at that. Oh, that's well into the, over 100 mile per hour hit right here. Probably 125, 130, I bet.
Lap 132, the last lap for Craig Lowndes' mark was a 2 minutes 7.8. It was only 1.5 tenths slower than his best time. Look at this up the inside. A massive, massive shot at turn 2 again. This is going to be the moment that Craig Lowndes can capitalise on. Oh, the pole sitter doesn't get going.
There is not a worse place to stall than at the start of a race. I hope they're okay.
Matt, talk us through it. Coronel on the left of our screen.
Yeah, Bernani makes a good start. Coronel tries to cut him off. He just tries to keep closing the door. He can feel Bernani's there, but keeps trying to come across on him. Unfortunately, I think Coronel fell on his own sword on that one. You can't close the door when someone's there.
Oh, that was Muller's camera.
Really dramatic happened in GP3. This is Konstantin Tarashenko. Look at that, Anthony. My goodness.
It brings back memories for me at Le Mans in 2 years ago.
Wow.
But you see what happened there? It was the sausage curb on the inside of turn 18 that actually launched the car. And the FIA, Charlie Whiting in particular, be very concerned by that.
I think we've got a look back here. That's Hayden Moffat. Oh, and that's Simon Belcher going off. Falling. Oh, that's a big shunt, big shunt. I hope he came down softly the other side of those tyres.
Look up ahead. Look, Palmer gets loose, and Anthony just turns that Ferrari around. Watch the track. Bergmeister's through. He rolls right back in to the path of Figgy, who clouts him, then straight into that concrete wall. In the car round, we're looking at Figgy. He sort of like commits to the left side and Anthony rolls across his path. Just massive, massive impact. Look at the wheel rolling down the racetrack, just debris everywhere.
Just a huge, I mean, they can't even see, completely unsighted from the smoke left over from that incident.
broken axle or something.
Very early to try and get a gain. Lowndes with a very big shunt at turn 5. It was sideways as it came into frame.
What happened here? So Ben goes in first. Bang! Woodbury know where to go. Can Wilson know where to go?
Oh, trouble. Ryan Newman, hard into the wall. Michael McDowell, hard into the wall.
Caution's out, caution's out.
Terrible crash.
That's a very strange spin. In what way? Just way so early. Normally that doesn't happen. He started spinning as he turned into turn 4. On board Elio Castroneves, who was right behind Dixon.
See just the car starts to come around on him right mid-turn.
Yellow.
He just got really light in the back. That wing, those wing changes are so tricky. It's always a guess as to how much you can take out. And
well, and there's another problem for the Clearwater Ferrari. We're just going to have a report from the pits. That's right up at the top of the hill. And there's fluid on the circuit there. Fluid on the circuit from the Clearwater car. And in that dust, there's another car got into him. And he slid straight into it. There's carnage at the top of the mountain here. I think that was the Nissan going off as well.
Park Straight, the challenge on here by Richard Collins. Goodness me, that is a very, very nasty accident.
Pilot's license. There again you can see the damage to the barrier, the big hit. Then the car flies through the air. But the key is the car itself, the integrity of the cockpit is absolutely intact. And then comes to rest the rear of the car, straddling the barrier, steam from the radiators in the front.
Our driving standards observer, Jason Bargwanna. And look at that, my goodness. So I think that was Mostert.
Yep.
Mostert having a battle there with Wall.
Matt Swanepoel spins coming down the hill into the home straight. Fortunately, he manages to reverse off the track there as the other cars come through. Looking to get back on to rejoin the action. But look out, here's Rabindra. Oh!
Closing gap, and he got through, he squeaked through. And that's the hitting that at the best part of 120 mile an hour.
Audi sign. Lost it coming over the rise. Lost it coming over the rise. He's hit the inside guardrail at the first part of the Tiergarten chicane very heavily indeed. Then a secondary impact on driver's right. The marshals there very lucky indeed not to get hit with debris.
Wavin and Jill Beck, director of the total. Here's a good replay what happens right now.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that was substantial. You called it, Alex.
And there you can see basically every fluid in that Lamborghini come out of the front. Wow. So that's gonna, that's gonna be a big cleanup, unfortunately.
Neil, he lost control. He said over the radio, that is a shocking incident. He said he lost control before the braking area. That's 265 kilometers an hour. Check that out. I've never seen a car go off the road as fast as that at that spot.
But this is what happened. We were talking about Island Bend, weren't we, earlier on? It's a difficult one, Phil.
Yeah, if you go up at Island Bend, it's always going to be a big one, and this actually looks...
That's in fourth gear. That is a corner, and that's just been highlighted by Angus Fogg. Cunningham got a piece of it. Tim Edgell involved as well. There's a wheel sitting in the middle of the racetrack. Mark Gibson manages to thread his way through.
It's a Porsche we're on board with. One of the GT cars is taking a bit of a ride.
That's different.
There you see it. Just Lapierre just in there with huge speed and then gets into all of the other cars.
So he actually hit the Ferrari, which hit the Audi.
His way through the field. But the race finishing under the safety car after that huge accident for Rob Collard. And there was a great deal of concern about Rob's condition.
There's Jack Roush, and it looks like, was that Jack Baldwin? It is. Jack Baldwin, there's another car there. Oh no, up over as
Jorge De La Torre and Drew Riggins and the two Aston Martins.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh my,
Clint
half the
Bowyer
field
through
is
the grass. The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, and the
Denny
18
Hamlin,
gets on its roof.
And Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
They come towards the final corner at turn 20. Is Heidfeld going to fancy a look into the last corner of the race? Heidfeld goes to the inside line and they make contact and they're both off. And that's an accident for Nick Heidfeld.
Avec le tête à queue en fait de l'Audi numéro 44 qui est revenu sur la piste à ce moment-là. Et effectivement le contact avec la Super Sport.
機師飆上去第一位喎，但係出翻嚟呢一隻彎之後，布隆機師攬炒，跟住放走咗，咦，又係佢啊！
He's out of the car. The Homatro safety team is still working with him on the scene. Jake Query is headed to the medical center, so he'll get an update in a moment. Maybe the tires help just a bit there.
But then it all kicked off here. Joe Osborne threw it down the inside, made contact with the Mercedes, which then made contact with another Mercedes. And the end result was Dominic Baumann in the concrete.
Rennabbruch, und hier sehen wir nochmal, wie es zu dieser Situation gekommen ist. Jan Erlacher wird aber mit Brachialgewalt in die Leitplanke geschickt.
Let's have another look at the gear in the background. Yeah,
impact had happened already, John.
Yeah, it may have been that Mark was already on the inside and just collected the Ferrari already. 2014.
Drama at the back, that's Nick Foster who has gone off, and with it is Rob Austin, and Nick Foster, I'm afraid, thumps the barrier, hops the other side of the tyre wall, and that is a very high-speed part of the circuit to have it off.
Pilot von Wolf Racing, Nils auf Abwägen, das geht nicht gut, das geht gar nicht gut. Reinhard Nils, um Gottes Willen, aber ich sage Ihnen jetzt schon, die Autos sind Gott sei Dank stabil, aber das gibt mal richtig Kopfschmerzen.
接触ですか今軽く
うわこれはちょっと接触でしょうね
ポルシェのリアと何かしら当たったようにも見えました
Watch the 88.
Yeah, he's going down the front here, headed toward turn 1. You can see at 190 mile an hour, and he lost a tire.
Did he not? I believe he just drove down through the grass, which is not unusual for doing that here.
Yeah, that's right. Looking back on it, yeah, he clipped the grass, and I.
42 got a little out of the groove there. Clear by 2 in the 48, 1 out of the 42.
Whether that was a, when he just loses it, hits the barrier. Oh, dear me. But again, look at the gearbox and the rear of the car detached. I think the engine and gearbox came off. There's a sympathy.
When I saw that 2 years ago in turn number 2. Ideally, I think you'd like to be low, in particular going into... Oh, we have a huge crash here on the track right now. It looks like Mikhail Aloshin.
Right, Bob, we had drama even before the qualifying session here on Saturday. Saturday morning practice session, damp racetrack, a little bit tricky, but some fluid was dropped on the racetrack. First up was the number 911, Richard Lees, the Porsche factory driver. He spears off the road, hits the tyres hard, shouldn't have been a big deal, but just moments later, championship leader in the Corvette number 3, Jan Magnussen, same problem, same spot on the racetrack. He slims to the side of that Porsche.
Hinchcliffe and contact with Carpenter.
All behind you here. Yellow's out.
You could tell 3 wide going into 1 was not going to work.
3 wide around here in an Indy car does not work ever.
Oh,
contact! This jump.
A little bit of contact. Oh, Barron to the outside, and horrendous crash.
There is a K-rail that's sticking out just a little bit. Oh, now in a vicious fire.
Ooh. Got one off, and that is Matt Kenseth. Hard hit as he came down.
Takes the lead. Oh, problem here for McBride. He's gone around in the Bobcat T-March Porsche. Big damage. Patrick
he's been collected left, right, and centre.
Padiacci clipped him on the way through. That looks like Ash Samadi in that red car on the other side. Oh my goodness!
That's the engine out of that car, Nunes.
Plucked the engine right out of the back.
Azioni di agibilità. Guardate da questa immagine, la nostra regia guidata da Mauro Valentinuzzi, il contatto è stato pesantissimo. Guardate che botta ha preso Lando, davvero incredibile, Carlo.
Impressionante, devo dire che non mi piace mai vedere questi tipi di incidenti, non si capisce lo spostamento dell'auto di Mini Roma.
Nicola Franzoso.
Place, but we don't know if something has been damaged. Oh, so he went to defend the position and was punted in the rear by Sato. And into the wall, absolutely right about the wall, mate. Yeah, because the damage was too big, so... Let's see again. Oh, yeah, he moved over. Sato went to switch back. It was a misjudgment from Sato. I was stuck by the slipstream and probably didn't expect to be that close. And
Start-finish line. Logano comes down into Paul Menard. One car gets up on top of a group and goes flipping over and over, and the 30 lands on its roof. That's Parker Kligerman.
Cole Witt's teammate that just wrecked in that first caution.
Just a few moments time here. 5 minutes left in this round number 14 of the Cadillac Grand Prix of Sonoma, as we see a little bit of a replay here, Jeremy Shaw, and it looks like he just the car skated out on him and just went wide.
Backstretch they go. Oh, crash, crash. Turn 2, we got a crash. Kurt Busch made contact with the wall. Tire bouncing down the backstretch. Crash, turn 2.
Мгновенно догнал. И вот здесь кто из них первый двинулся в чью сторону, очень трудно сказать. Вышли они практически бок о бок из параболики. В этот момент Соренсен был еще...
Yeah, this is why, and you know about this stuff. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Look at that. That Falcon was bent in half. Look at the damage. The tray has literally come off the car.
He's just wide all the way through, Dorsey. Got into the grey.
Yeah, he got into the grey and the car wouldn't turn. It pushed straight up to the wall. Monte Carlo had nothing he could do.
Rally Deutschland 2014 has started with a bang for Hyundai's Thierry Neuville.
As we get ready for Aussie racing cars, this is what happened yesterday. Adam Sharp showing how you don't park at Adelaide. Look at that.
What's that, a reverse endo?
I reckon that's 3.5 without the pipe.
Самостоятельно покидает машину, и видим, что не просто так, не ошибка пилота на ровном месте привела к этому инциденту. Был контакт с другим представителем класса национальный. Контакт этот произошел на достаточно высокой скорости, и именно из-за этого так сильно поврежден автомобиль.
Stockton is off, and one of the Audis, was that Sherman or was that Hunter Abbott's car? We're looking at Chris Stockton. Oh, that's Rob Holland and also James Cole again, and that's a big hit into the wall on the outside of Redgate Corner.
Outside.
Oh, around goes Kenton and up into Tony Stewart, and cars are in the wall hard.
We see Carl Edwards there in the 99, Matt Kenseth in the 20. Danica hadn't hit anything, and then her right front was hit by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. late in that crash.
But the current yellow flag brought out by this incident as Mark Miller may have been nudged off the track and straight into the tire wall, protecting the supports for the crossover bridge at mid-track.
Competing in the NASCAR Toyota Series, but a big wreck on the front stretch.
Ben Kennedy slides out of line and slams the outside wall.
Still got him coming here. Just hold on, you're okay. Brakes. You okay, Ben?
They bump and grind and push and shove, and now they've got to come all back together again. Jason Bright, over and over and up and into the wall. Oh.
That started with Slade down the inside.
Y zafó de milagro de no volcarlo, y lo paró, en este caso el agua lo paró. Esta imagen es tremenda, observen el sacudón que pega, ahí se le corrió el auto y después se lo lleva puesto flaque.
Ahí se monta en el piano del circuito chico.
Oh, and Montoya's into the barrier, and Bourdais comes down there too, Mark. Oh, and Alosian comes in and drives literally underneath the back end of Montoya.
Bien sûr, ici une tentative de nouveau pour Pierre. Attention, attention, est parti en tête avec là, oui.
Oh, attention.
Attention, le retour sur piste. Oh, ça passe bien malheureusement.
Oh là là
là,
là, très gros crash avec Pierre Santinena. Oh, et derrière aussi. Oh là là là.
Just backs up Shedden a little bit. There's contact then between Shedden and the Airwaves car of Giovanardi trying to sneak up the inside, and then Austin, unsighted, slams into the back of it, and it looks like Hunter Abbott with no steering, then collects McNeil on the outside.
And Jack Goff went up onto two wheels.
This is the V8 Supercar onboard camera that's used for the judicial process. We've downloaded this vision and data for you. So check this out.
As we come down into the left-hand kink, just gets edged into there by Jimmy Eriksson. And with the force of the drivers behind.
Watch that red car shoot across the track, right into the path of David Gilliland.
And I guarantee you, Gilliland was on it trying to get through it without getting in it, and he didn't quite make it, and that is unbelievable crash.
タイヤが外れたんだ。これはすごい。タイヤが外れたんだ。そして観客席の方にボンネット飛んできました。観客は無事です。
He went off the road, and then when his tyre went down, he had a big off going into Copse Corner, and a rather sore and shaken Ryan Ratcliffe, lucky to get.
Members of the Cavone Club now. There we have it again. David Stankeris just going into the side of Max Mugelli, and Max having a big rollover, double rollover for Max. I hope he's okay.
And just listen. Folks, that's with a microphone that's... Here, let's listen again. And there's a sign of crash experience.
Scheiße. Back at Mount Panorama, we've got a red flag in practice 6, and here's the reason why. Warren Luff driving Garth Tander's number 2 Holden Racing Team Commodore, unable to stop. Smashes into the back of Craig Lowndes, Red Bull Racing Holden Commodore. Here it is again. That's a 260 km/h approach to that corner before they apply the brake. Remember, these guys are good friends, former teammates. Craig helped him out of the car. Good news, Warren is okay. Craig is okay. The cars look terribly second-hand.